Alright y'all, so today I'm gonna be showing y'all how to make a lasagna from scratch. Chef Boyardee shit. So I'm gonna show y'all the ingredients that we have. Of course we got the lasagna noodles. We got a couple different cheeses. I got cheddar jack, mozzarella, mild cheddar, and then sharp cheddar. We got the pan that we will be placing the lasagna in to bake. We got some Prego, a couple different ones. I like mine saucy, no homo. So I got the roasted garlic and herb. You can get whatever you like type shit. We got some ricotta cheese. You don't have to put ricotta. I like a layer of ricotta cheese personally. 2 eggs. Boom. We got some mild Italian sausage and some ground turkey. You don't have to use ground turkey. I like using ground turkey, but you can use ground beef if you want to. Then for the seasoning, we got salt, sea salt. We got some minced garlic. We got some cayenne pepper. We got oregano leaves, like grounded up, ground nutmeg, and we got whole bay leaves. So let's get started. So as y'all can see, I got all my ingredients. Got some water boiling for the lasagna later, and then I got my suction mount from the TikTok shop for an overhead view of everything. You can find this on the TikTok shop for $17.79 right now. It just sticks to any surface, and it gives you a magnet on the back. And then this is the view that it gives you here. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the Italian sausage. So we'll start with the Italian sausage. I need to just drop my phone in this water. And I just burnt the hell out of my hands. But anyway, so we'll start with you can get the Italian sausage already grounded up. They didn't have any. So I'm just gonna split these open. Type shit. And not hopefully, because I've done this before, so it works. Of course, it's the same thing. Yeah, so you'll take all of these out. Like that. Put them in a pot, let it steam, let it brew. And you'll just keep doing these. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook the Italian sausage and the ground beef first, but we have to cook them separately because they have a different cook time. So the ground turkey cooks faster than the Italian sausage. So we'll cook the Italian sausage first, and then we'll follow up with the ground turkey. Or you can cook them in the pot at the same time. If you have a big enough pot, you would just have to like separate them. Like put one meat on the other side of the pan and then the other on the opposite. So you could do your thing. But my pan is pretty small, unfortunately, so I am going to just cook them separate time. Keep it simple. So what we'll do now is we'll mash this up, put it all together, you know, get it in one type shit, boom, boom, boom. You know, full bucket. Do it and mix it. Just make sure it's all together right. Boom. Alright, I'm gonna move this back here. Switch to this last pan that I got. I should have bought another one, but it's Gucci. And what I'm gonna do is sprinkle a little salt. Y'all bear with me, my hand hurt. On the bottom of the pan. And then we'll turn the heat to like a medium high. Let it heat up a little bit while I stir this up. Just keep mashing it together. We don't, like I said, let that heat up. This probably gonna be a little hard to do, but it's cool. You gotta improvise. Okay, all right. It's not that bad. I can move this over there. And then what you want to do as this cooks is make sure that you chopping it up a little bit and put the damn shit on the heat all the way. Not a little bit, a lot of bit, because you know you want it to be a certain texture. You don't want it to be all stuck together and all that. Damn, my hand hot. I need to probably put a Band-Aid on. That shit's burning. I'm gonna use my left hand. Because y'all might not be able to hear me. Hopefully y'all can, we'll see. But yeah, so like I said, we'll chop this up until it's done cooking. I don't know if y'all want to see this, but it's okay because I'll speed it up once I upload it. Turn this heat up a little bit. This shit cooking too fast. Like I said, what most people do is cook this and then they'll scoot it to the side, like so. Once it's done, and then add the ground beef or ground turkey. But I'm not gonna do that because this pan is too small. I'm gonna just let this cook. And then once I let it cook, I'm gonna exchange it and put it in a bowl and then cook the ground turkey separately. Alright, you got this cook. Slapping it up, moving it up. Like I said, got the overhead mount. That's TikTok shop. 1779. Send my shop on my page. I'll link it to the video. I'll go grab that. You know. Chopping that up. Keep it going, man. I would talk to y'all like I was on live. But I'm not on live. Ask y'all how y'all day going, you know. This is gonna take a little minute, you know. Figured out, just switched the view. My glasses died and I ain't feel like waiting on them to charge. But I was already in the mood, you know. It's coming along pretty fast, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. So y'all can see that I'm chopping it up. And I'll show y'all how y'all want it to look once it's cooked. But I mean, you know, y'all had lasagna before. Just basically you want it to look like it's ground up, you know. little taco meat, you know, nothing too major. Common sense shit. I low-key should have cooked. Fuck it, because I don't got a big pan. I got a big pot to put the lasagna in. I got a couple smaller ones. So I figured I'll use this one for the lasagna, and then that's not gonna take long. I'll just dump it out and then use it for what I'm gonna use it for later in the video. But I could have used that for this, but you know, it is what it is. Simple video, nothing too major. Yo, I can't believe I'm gonna post it at the end of this video. I was trying to, and this doesn't have anything to do with the mount. I'm just clumsy. I was trying to put the mount up and take my phone off, and my phone slipped out my hand and it went into the damn hot water. And I tried to dig in it and get it out with my hand just instinctually, and I burnt the hell out of my fingers. So right now I'm gripping this spoon with the 3 fingers that I tried to use to get my phone out of, and I had to like use some utensils to get it out. But thank God it still works. It wasn't in there for long though. It just was a high temperature. I had to sit in front of the fan. So, all right. Boom. And that's what you want it to look like at the end, right? Nice and grounded up. So now what I'm gonna do, let me turn this down a little. I'm going to, I can sit this in the Don't be like me, y'all. I could have washed the other pan out. But ain't nobody got time for that. I'm dumping, making a mess. I'm going to get that out and throw it away. I need a fork. Boom. Wasting good Italian sausage. No diddy. We don't want to do too much cleaning later. So now, fuck, that shit hot. All right, so we'll just add the ground turkey straight to this pan. The pan. Damn it! Come on. Like that, like so. Back on top of that, I don't want to make too much of a mess. And we'll cook this really quickly. Damn, this shit hot. It's burning the hell out of my fingers. They already burnt. So, you know, this gonna be easy. Same you did, nothing too major. Just make sure you chop that up, chop. And then we'll mix those together. But while we're cooking this, while I got this boiling, because I'm gonna need this pan after I'm done with this, so I'm gonna add a little salt to this boiling water that I have boiling already, because I didn't want to wait for it, so these noodles don't stick together, right? And we're gonna be making these al dente, and al dente means that we're not gonna cook them all the way through. But what the hell? Because we'll be cooking them all the way through when we put them in the oven. So your al dente is like they'll be hard still a little, you know? So you only cook them for about 3 to 4 minutes. And then you take them out. It wasn't too major, but see, that was my idea. I knew it was gonna have space to lay flat in there. So that's that. You let those cook for about 4 minutes. Take them out. You know, I'm doing this. Here, so you gotta multitask, man. You gotta do what you do when you do it. Do how you do when you're doing what you're doing. You dig? Turn those up a little bit. Let me put my timer on the stove one because I'll forget. 4 minutes. Doing. That is what we're doing. We're gonna let this cook. It's still like burnt hair. They said that this take a shorter time than the Italian sausage, but it don't seem like it's needed. We got these over here boiling for that short amount of time. I'll be checking them periodically because I don't want to overcook them. And then once we're done with that, I'm going to be dumping that water out and switching these over to this pan and, you know, getting my meat sauce, no diddy, ready for the lasagna, and we'll be cooking that through, and I'll show y'all how to make that and the spices to put in, you know, and then we'll make the ricotta. And everything will be okay. So I'm just chopping this up still, chopping this up. You know, y'all see what's going on, man. Y'all see what's going on. We got 2 more minutes on these noodles over here. Well, 1 more. I hate when that happens. Shit. Make sure that's cooked all the way through right now. So yeah, we still chopping it up. I might add an extra minute to this timer just in case. But just know that it's about 3 to 5 minutes. And I'll show y'all how y'all want them to look at the end. But you gotta make sure when you are done cooking them, that you hurry up and take them out because you don't want them to keep cooking in that hot water. Because even though it's not over the fire, it's still cooking, you know? Because that water in the pot is still hot, so you want to take those noodles out as fast as you can. Alright, so this is basically what you want the ground beef to look like. Of course, y'all know that already. Y'all have seen ground beef. I'm pretty sure everybody has. But, you know, you got to get an example, man. Alright, these noodles are looking good. So I'm gonna, whatever. I guess I can strain it with this. Sit it in this damn sink. I knew that shit was gonna be hot. I'm just killing myself in this. I can see they done fogged up my glasses. All right, so that's done there with that. What a al dente if you ask me. So, al dente, right? Shut up. Damn, what the hell? Hot water burning me and shit. Alright, so we'll leave those over there. What we're gonna do now for this is, bro, what's going on? They're trying to sabotage me. What we are going to do for this is we are going to mix these together. I want to strain this out a little, so let me turn this off. You know, get some of that fat up out of there. Even though it's not a lot, because I got 93.7 ground turkey. We'll put that in there with that. Oh, hold on, no, where you going? All right, like that. Oh. So now what we'll do, since we got that cleared out, are we gonna need this again? I don't think we're gonna need this again. So let me do that. We'll keep that just in case though. Oh yeah, we'll leave that again. So now what we'll do is we'll add this to the saucepan. Nice and sizzling. We don't even know what's going on. And then we'll add our sauce to the knot, you know. I like it, that thing saucy, you know. Get that thing saucy. Type shit. So then we're gonna mix that up a little bit, see what it's looking like, what it look like. Do I want to add the rest of that? I kind of burnt that. That's cool though. Add a little flavor, you know. Do I want to? Is that enough? Nah, we gonna add the rest of that in there. We're gonna add the rest of that in there, you know. Get all of that up out of there. Ooh. All right, yeah, that pretty much is what I want that to look like. It just depends on how saucy you want your lasagna to be. I don't like dry lasagna. So, I'm not making dry lasagna. So now we're gonna season this. Make sure you got this. Oh, hold on. Make sure you got this on like a high medium heat. And we will hit it with some oregano. I don't know if this is open. No, it's not, because I just bought it. So I'm gonna have to open it myself. Alrighty, that was quick and easy. You know, you gotta let the ancestors talk to you a little bit. Let them holler at you until you win. And if not, just follow along with me. Boom. Then we're gonna hit it with a little cayenne pepper. Gotta open that too. Now, if you don't want it too hot, don't overdo it. This is just like for a kick game. You don't want to do too much. Make sure you put that top back on there if you open yours too, just like mine. You don't want that to spill on up in there. You know, you want to get it just a couple shakes. So like that. Top back on. You know, you clean as you go. All right. We put the oregano. We got the paprika. Type. This already open. You know? And then we got the minced garlic. And you want it to be simmering like that, you know. top back on the minced garlic. Few shakes, you know how that go. Stir that up. Nothing too major. Nothing too major. I wish y'all could smell this kitchen right now. But y'all will smell your own. And you'll understand where I'm coming from. So, one last thing to add is a bay leaf. One little bay leaf in there ain't gonna hurt. Good. Good. Because that one was broken off, I just put another one in there. And we're gonna stir that up. Whip. And we're gonna bring that to a little simmer and let that cook. And while that's cooking, we will prepare our ricotta. Wait, I almost forgot. The last thing that you need to do is put a pinch, and when I mean a pinch of sugar. Just a little pinch, you know? And that's the last thing that you will do. A little pinch of sugar, nothing major, stir that up. I almost forgot, gang. Alright, so for the ricotta, I'm gonna use the whole thing. Put it in a bowl. Ugh. Anyway, I'm gonna smash that down really crazy. By the way, we'll be cooking this meat and letting it simmer for about 20 to 25 minutes and let that bay leaf cook in there, you know, do this thing. So with this ricotta cheese, it'll be at your discretion with however you much, or if you want to use it at all, but however much you want on that layer that you make. So everything here is a dash. You'll add a dash of mozzarella cheese. Nothing too major, you know, that's enough. Then a dash of salt. A dash of black pepper. And a dash of nutmeg. And then also 1 egg. For some reason, I remembered it being 2, but it's only 1. Put that in there. And then you just stir it up. So here's the bird's eye view of that. And you just stirring and making sure you stir that up pretty good while you letting that cook. We already got the noodles cooked. That's chilling. I'm just gonna mix this up pretty good, get all those ingredients mixed together. Try not to spill it. I got some meat in the stove. I'm gonna clean that up. That's what that's supposed to look like. All right, so that's that. You see the meat is bubbling and boiling like it's supposed to be. That's stirred up, get us a little stir. You know, that's just be doing. So we got that going. We got the ricotta. Now, once this is done in 15 minutes, we'll get to layering and, you know, doing what we do. Y'all, so I ended up getting another pan because this pan was too big, but we got all our noodles laid out. I'll give y'all the overhead view. The meat is almost done cooking. It'll be done in about 8 minutes. But, so it'll be lasagna, meat, cheese, lasagna, meat, ricotta, lasagna, meat, cheese. That'll be the combination. And once the meat is done, I'll give y'all the process on how to do that. And then once it's done, we'll put it in the oven. We'll let it bake for about 20 minutes on 325, if I'm not mistaken. And that'll be it. And then we'll show you the end result. As you can see, it really is not much. It doesn't take long. It's not that hard of a process. And at the end, you'll have a lasagna from scratch. You can impress your family, impress your girl, please your husband, feed your kids, and do y'all thing, you know? If I can do it, you can too. So, unfortunately, I wasn't recording for the first steps, but y'all get the process right. We got our meat, we got our lasagna. You want to go first roll lasagna, noodles, and then you put a layer of meat like this, and then you put a layer of whatever cheese that you want. I chose sharp cheddar for the first layer. This is the second layer with the ricotta. So you'll get the gist because I still have one more layer anyway. But yeah, this is the ricotta. And you just, you know, at your discretion, put as much as you would like. You know, I don't like it to be overbearing. So I just do this like this. I'm glad I checked to see if I was recording. Yeah, so that's about enough for me. I ain't gonna overdo it. I don't want no oozy, you know. And then for the last layer, you'll do noodles. Like I said when I was talking to myself, because I wasn't recording, you'll want these to overlap a little bit. So there you go. You got the gist of what I did before that by watching me do this, because it's the same steps repeatedly, right? Boom, so I just did that 3 times. Make sure you saving enough to be able to cover every level when you're doing the meat, you know. So boom. And this is, like I said, this is what I did for the other levels. It was 3 levels. The first one was exactly like this level that I'm doing. The only difference was this middle level. I'm supposed to be warming this up, right? I think it's 350. And boom. Perfect. Of course, I've done this a few times before, so I know how ball work. You know. Oh, shit. And then for my last layer, I'll probably mix, because I got a bunch of cheese. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to do a little bit of this pot, low key big as hell, but it's okay. And we'll do some mild cheddar. I really don't like using mozzarella. I got the mozzarella for the ricotta cheese, but I don't like using mozzarella for the actual lasagna because it's like it's a hard. It melts and it gets hard. I don't like that. It's not really a stretchy cheese, you know? And then I'll come with the salt. Let me get that little corner right there. The last little bit. Little bit. Ooh. So right there. And guys, please get a pot or a pan, aluminum pan that fits the lasagna. I mean, as you can see, it really doesn't make a difference, but it just looks more presentable, right? All right, so yeah, I'll add a little sprinkle mozzarella just for the color, you know. But not too much, cause you know, like I said, I guess I'll add some more coffee chow. You want this layer to be pretty cheesy. Actually, you know what I mean? It really don't matter if it fall down the side, it's cool. Boom. So, that's what that looks like. And while the oven warms up, I will be cleaning up. So actually, guys, I'm gonna add another layer of noodles. Why not? Because I got some extra ones. I don't like that one. That one kind of hard. The hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh, he's kind of hard all the time. Dang it. The rest of these bogus as hell. It's cool. Fuck it. Good. And what I'll do now, try to siphon some little tomato sauce that you want a little leftover tomato sauce in there. You don't gotta be a lot. And yeah, actually you don't have to do this, but I mean, I'm gonna do it. Spread that. And then after this, I'm gonna add a little bit of cheese to it. You know, like that, like so, like that. I thought that was gonna keep beeping. Perfect timing. That means that our oven is ready. We'll finish it up with some mild cheddar. Tight. Again. Since it's the last, oh Jesus. Since it's the last layer, add some little mozzarella, you know, for the color type. So like mozzarella cheese like that. That's enough. Okay, now that's the last layer. We're gonna put this in the oven. All right, y'all, so the oven temperature was actually 375. So we're gonna put this in the oven at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes. You can eyeball it, see if it looks, you know, your preference of melted cheese, XYZ, but at least 15 minutes. So that's what we're gonna do. Make sure you're being careful. You don't wanna burn yourself. Middle rack, set the timer. I'm gonna do 20. And we'll see what the end result is. Take my mount down. Remember TikTok shop, $17.79. Get you one. And we'll just wait to see what the end result is. Alright, so hopefully this is up. Time for it to come out the oven and let's see what we got. Let me get y'all the overhead view, man. Again, TikTok shop, $17.79. And this is the end result. So we are going to let this cool off for about 5 minutes. And then I'll cut it, let y'all see what it look like, and y'all can do y'all thing. Again, like I said, phone is mounted. Link is in the bio, $17.79. Get you one. But I'll cut it in about 5 minutes for y'all. Look, zoom in action, you know how we do it. So, let it cool down. I'm definitely plating this on a paper plate because I don't feel like washing dishes again. Gonna cut it up. Nice and big layers. I kind of want a middle piece, I'm not gonna lie. So, you probably would use something else. I'm not gonna do all of that. Or maybe I should. Let me get a spatula or something. Spatula. Oh. Alrighty, so we got a spatula, so we can get all the way under there and it can come up for the presentation, because if it was for me, I wouldn't care, but I'm doing it for a video. So, there you go. That's what it looks like. We're gonna plate that. Come over, y'all can see, got the layers going in there. So, that's it for the video. As y'all can see, that probably took about, 45 minutes maybe, 40 minutes. Thanks for cooking with me. I'm gonna go eat this. I already know it's good because I've done this about 10 times. So hopefully you enjoy the recipe, and most people who I've cooked this for, they love it. They ask me to make it all the time. So you should get some good reviews, and if you cook it, if you like it, repost it, share, follow. Let me know in the comments if you liked it. Share with your friends. That's that. We gone, man.